Hola, compañeros de matemáticas. Hello, math compatriots. Today we're going to review partial quotient division. So just as a reminder, I know you all know, but let's review what is division. ¿Qué significa dividir? So we're going to read this little story. It rhymes, which I think is cute, but it will remind us some key things about dividing. Soon you will decide your favorite way to divide. No matter which method you choose, just be aware. You are splitting a number into equal groups, fair and square. Dividing 12 by 3 is really just splitting 12 into 3 equal groups. 1, 2, 3. So otra vez, dividir 12 por 3 es repartir 12 cosas en 3 grupos iguales. Signs for division. Division problems can be written in many ways. No matter what division sign you see, their meanings simply agree. So you all have probably seen me write division like this and like this. We've also learned to write it like this, or it could be like this, because fractions are actually just a sneaky kind of division. Cool, huh? Each number of a division problem has a special name, some of which sound very strange. Dividend, divisor, and quotient. So those are just big words to talk about the different parts so that we don't get them all mixed up and confused. So dividend is how many things we start with. Divisor is what we're dividing it into. And quotient is either how many groups or how many in each group. When a number cannot be divided evenly, the amount left over is a remainder. It is a rule, and it is always true, that remainders must be smaller than the divisor. So that basically means that if I have a remainder of like 5 in this problem here, that doesn't exist because I could make another group of 4. Or what are these groups of 5? Yeah. So then I could make another group of 5 and it wouldn't be a remainder. So in this problem, we have 5, 10, 15, 19 divided by 5. And our quotient is 3 because we can make 1, 2, 3 groups. And we have 4 shells left over that don't fit into any group. Those shells are the remainder. And again, I know this is probably not new, but it's good to review because it's been a while. So once you feel comfortable with this page, we'll continue. If you want to pause it and just read it yourself or listen again, feel free. So Thursday, we saw this math problem. Miss Sherry is selling donuts to raise money for the after-school program. She decides to buy 240 donuts for Monday's fundraiser. If donuts come in boxes of 12, like this box, how many boxes should she buy? So I have to take all my 240 donuts and I have to divide them into boxes of 12. And my answer will be how many boxes I should buy. So let's review how we do division with our method we learned last year.
We can solve division problems in different ways, but the meaning of division always stays the same. Let's practice solving division problems using partial quotients and different representations. Gwen is wondering how to solve the equation 1080 divided by 18 equals something. Let's help her think about this by using partial quotients and an area model. We can put the dividend 1080 over here on the right.
So basically what they're doing in this method is they're doing the box method backwards because we know that division is the inverse of multiplication. Whoopsies, and then I just got rid of the video again. Every time. I never learn.
And we can put the divisor 18 over here on the left side of the area model. Let's start by taking away 50 groups of 18. We know that 18 times 50 equals 900. So I'll place the 900 in this part of the area model. Now I need to subtract 900 from the dividend, 1080, to see how much is left. 1080 minus 900 equals 180. I know that 10 times 18 equals 180, so I'll take away 10 groups of the divisor 18, which equals 180. 180 minus 180 equals 0. So to get my final quotient, I need to add the two partial quotients together. 50 plus 10 equals 60. So that means 1080 divided by 18 equals 60. Now let's look at the same division problem, but using a different representation.
Or if you wanted to say that in the other direction, you could say that, let me go back a step. You could say that, here we go, 60 times 18 equals 1080. So this is kind of like a box method, but they're doing it in the other direction to figure out what are the numbers that would go here. Now, if this works for you, great. If you find this confusing, just forget about it. It's just another way to see the same problem, and this really works for some people.
Let's look at the same division problem, but using a different representation. Daniel will represent the partial quotient strategy another way. He will orient the division vertically and use a horizontal notation for his multiplication calculations. Again, he's dividing 1080 by 18. He'll start by subtracting 20 groups of 18. 20 times 18 equals 360. He'll subtract 360 from 1080 and he'll be left with 720. Now he'll subtract another 20 groups of 18, which he already knows is 360. 720 minus 360 equals 360. Now Daniel knows if he subtracts another 20 groups of 18, that will equal 360, and he will have 0 remaining. The last thing Daniel does is add up the three partial quotients. 20 plus 20 plus 20 equals 60. So that means that 1080 divided by 18 equals 60. We solve the expression 1080 divided by 18 using the
So again, these are two different strategies. Esas son dos estrategias diferentes que hacen lo mismo. The strategy we saw last year is this one on the right. I just thought it would be good for you to see this one if this helps you imagine it better in your head. So let's try it with our own problem. We have 240 divided by 12. And I'll start off with something easy. I'm going to think about 12 times 10. So that means 10 boxes of 12 donuts each. So if I buy those 10 boxes, I get 120 donuts. And I subtract here, and I find out I still need to buy 120 more donuts. So I'll do it again. I buy 10 more boxes. That gets me 120 donuts because there's 12 in each box. I subtract again, and I have to buy 0 more donuts. So I'll add up these partial quotients out here, and that tells me I bought 20 boxes of donuts. So again, what you're thinking of is that the number out here is how many boxes you're buying of 12. So this is 10 boxes of 12. And in here is the total number of donuts that gets you. And I had to buy 20 boxes to get a total of 240 donuts. So now it's your turn to try it out. We're going to do 2 problems today. The first one is if donuts come in boxes of 6, how many boxes should Miss Sherry buy? So in that case, I'm starting with 240 donuts I need to buy, and I'm trying to group them into boxes of 6. So my equation would be 240 divided by 6. And my answer, when I think about my sentence frame, is she should buy boxes. So try it out yourself on Seesaw. Don't forget to show your work. Y si te gustaría escuchar otra vez a esta explicación en español, te puedes quedar aquí un momento. Si no, ve a hacer tu tarea. So, aquí estamos dividiendo 240 en 12 Y primero yo compro 10 cajas de 12 donas. Entonces estoy comprando 12 veces 10. Y en total yo compro 120 donas. Entonces hay que restar para ver cuántos me quedan todavía para comprar. Porque primero tenía que comprar 240. Después yo me compré los 120 y me quedan 120 más para comprar. Entonces yo compro otras 10 cajas, o sea, 120 donas, y me quedan 0 donas más para comprar. Entonces mirando aquí a la derecha, yo veo que yo compré 20 cajas de donas en total. So, cada vez yo compré, digamos, 10 cajas y yo lo tenía que multiplicar por el 12, porque habían 12 donas en cada caja. Entonces, aquí para el 10 yo pensé 12 por 10 son 120 y aquí resté el 120 para ver cuántos más me quedaron para comprar. Ok, ¿listos para hacer la tarea? Comencemos.